866-906-0573, info@reposystems.com, or what?
Can you send him one? Okay. We need to get started. Yeah. Alright guys, so I apologize for the headset here. It's kind of windy today, so unfortunately I had to do something to try to keep the wind down. But today we're going to be demonstrating our new LPR Express XD software and our new LPR HD equipment. So we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you our new equipment. So as you can tell, our cameras have shrunk down drastically. They're considerably smaller. They're all HD cameras. They run on an IP network instead of an analog signal. The toolbox is much smaller now. It uses IP as well. All your toolboxes will be labeled, so you'll know exactly where to go ahead and hook everything up. Unfortunately, this one is not, but it's very simple to plug everything in. Your camera cables are going to be a braided cable for protection when running through the door frames or anything like that. You'll have an 8-pin circular connector that goes to your camera, and a standard network connector which goes to your toolbox. So I'm going to go ahead and run this cable real quick. I've already run the other ones in essence of time to, not waste too much of your time today. And I'm going to go ahead and get this run and get everything hooked up, and then we'll go ahead and show you how the software works. So I'm going to start by running this cable. So in my truck, it's kind of easy to just kind of tuck it in the hood. Everybody's vehicle is a little different, but you can run it however you want. Our system is a soft mount system, so if you want to make it to where it's easy to remove, that is up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and just run this cable into my truck. And I've now got that ready to go ahead and plug into my toolbox. So I'm going to go around here. Your cameras will be labeled. So this is my front right. So if I'm facing the front of the vehicle, I'm going to put that one right here on the front. Put the connector in the back, screw it into place, and place your camera where you want it. Do the same thing with the other three. We're going to go ahead and hook this one up as well. Very simple process. Mount the camera. Go ahead and do the back ones as well. Now we're getting these all hooked up. Once we get these hooked up, we'll go inside and we'll hook up our toolbox, and we'll hook up our laptop to our toolbox, and we'll go ahead and get the software running so we can show you the live test. Now on my vehicle, you notice I'm mounting them kind of low because it is best to have the cameras at the most level position as possible. I know not every vehicle is able to do that, but these cameras have a decent wide angle, so it's pretty easy to go ahead and mount them on the hood or the trunk of a car, or even on the bed of a pickup, or on the bed of a tow rig if you have to go ahead and get that more level viewing of the license plates. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab our toolbox, our GPS antenna, our power cord, and our network cable is already on the inside. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and hook up the network cable from the computer, which is also on a braided jacket, to my toolbox. I'm going to go ahead and hook up all my camera cables. They all just plug in. Go ahead and get those plugged in there. And we're going to go ahead and hook up our power. Power is a standard 2-pin connector. Screws into the back of the toolbox there. And then for now, I'm just going to take this and put it over here out of the way for the demo. In your own vehicle, you can mount it. You can do whatever you wish. Like I said, our system is a soft mount system, so you can go ahead and just kind of put it wherever you want it. So I got that right there. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into my 12-volt port. And when it is plugged in, you'll notice all the LEDs light up, showing that you have connectivity on all the cameras and on the computer itself. Now we take our GPS antenna, USB, plug it into your laptop, and mount it in an unobstructed area so I can get a good signal. So for this test, I'm just going to be throwing it up on my dash. And then we'll go ahead and get in the truck and we'll go ahead and get tested, get the software test going, and we'll go from there. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and open up our software real quick. So before you get started with any kind of testing of the software, you're going to want to make sure that you go ahead and run the hot list application. What that does is that downloads the most recent hot list that's available to you, and it uploads any scanned images that you have done at that time. So go ahead and let this run real fast. But this way, you know, you're always up to date on the most recent hot list and you're not looking for old data. So while that's going ahead and loading up, I'm going to go ahead and switch you over to someone else since I'll be doing the driving. So we can go ahead and they can explain the software a little better while I'm driving and scanning plates, and you can see how well the software works.
Alright guys, so right now we're doing the hot list update. Right now we're running on a hotspot. Since we're out in mobile, we always recommend that whenever you're going to be doing a hot list upload or download, that you do it on a Wi-Fi system at your office or at your house, just because it's better bandwidth. So that's why this is taking a few minutes longer. But you only have to do this when you start out for the day or for the night, whenever you guys are starting to scan. If you'll run this hot list before you head out, then you don't have to do that again unless you wanted to update it during the day. If you do scan, thousands and thousands of plates, then we do also recommend that you go ahead and kind of break that up some and run the hot list every now and then, so that it's not trying to upload as much all at once, which is why it's causing this kind of delay. As soon as you run the hot list system, it's going to download any new information also that you have entered into TheRepoSystems, and that's going to all be automatically added to the camera system. So you'll be looking for any new plates that you may have added. So as soon as this finishes here in just a second, we'll get started with the software and show you how that new software works. Alright, so this is just the hot list software breaking down all the plates that we've previously scanned into the upload format. Breaks it down so that way it makes it go faster. If you guys do have any questions during this whole process, you can feel free to respond in the chat, and we've got someone standing by that can answer any questions that you might have. You can also find more information if you go to TheRepoSystems.com, and there's an information link there as well. Alright, just about finished up here. And you can see the last run that we did right before launching the live video. We did 410 plates. This is what you would basically see after you've run the hot list after your night of scanning. Obviously you may have more plates in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and launch the LPR software here. It's going to be on your desktop when you receive your system. Just double click that to open it. When you launch the software, you do need to be connected to the internet. Once you have connected and logged in, you'll have a 24-hour time period where that login will stay persistent. So you don't actually need to have internet while running the software, just for the initial login. You'll receive your logins in an email when you've purchased the system. We'll send you all your logins. We provide 3 logins for everyone who purchases the system. And there is 2 different modes here. We're going to select repo mode for right now. The parking mode is something that we'll demonstrate here in a future video. And we're just going to go ahead and log in. Takes just a second for the camera install, initialize, and link up with the software. And once they all come up, you can see and probably hear that we're already scanning plates from some of the vehicles that have passed. You will get some other things. We do have a filter. It's a fuzzy setting that allows it to alert you to a hit, even if it's not an exact match. So we're going to go ahead and run down a couple of rows here at a local business and scan some plates and show you how that works. You'll notice that last plate there on the top right, that 723407B, that's actually a paper tag. So our system is actually capable of reading paper tags. We don't guarantee 100%, but we have had pretty good success with it. But every plate, whether it's paper or not, depends on what angle you're looking at, if you've got too much sun glare, things like that. But we're pretty happy that we're able to read paper plates, which is something that's eluded a lot of the LPR systems out there. We've been able to integrate that into our system as well. Whenever you first start out with the system on your spotter vehicle or whatever vehicle you're going to use, you may need to adjust your cameras. We've got ours fairly close to adjusted. You'll notice that our bottom right image here, the right rear camera, is a little bit high, so it's not really reading anything. So we could adjust that down some. But every vehicle is going to be a little bit different, so that's something you'll have to play around with and get your angles right. Some of the other features of the software while we're scanning, I can show you. If you ever need to jump back to something that's in your history, up here at the top you'll see all of your menu buttons, and you can click on history. Now this is going to update in a live stream, so it's best to come to a stop before you actually want to look through your history, because it's going to be constantly adding all that history. But you can always select a plate. It'll show the information, the GPS coordinates, whether or not it was in the hot list, what date and time, and what camera it was on as well. Your hot list menu option, this is where you can actually manually add and import your own hot list if you had. So this is something you could use for that. Check is a page where you can manually check a plate. Say it's a plate that's hidden behind another vehicle or something that you can't get to drive by. You can manually type in a plate here and hit check, and if it is in the hot list, it will actually display that information here as well. Should you get an alert, that will immediately make a loud sound and it will flash red and change you over to the alert screen here, where it will give you the information on that vehicle, all the date and time and location information as well, but it'll also provide you the information that you need to verify that hit through reposystems.com. It'll give you a unique code and a main file ID, and it will, once you log into TheRepoSystems, you can verify that hit. If it's something that's yours, it'll actually provide that information here so that you can pick it up. If it's something that you hit on the national hot list, then like I said, it will provide you the information for you to double check that hit in TheRepoSystems. And then you can contact whoever owns that repossession order, and you can figure out how best to proceed from there. We got a question from somebody watching the stream. The cameras are not in color. We do have an option actually to do that. We don't have them in color at the moment, and I've paused this here. We do have an option to have them in color, but for this test we just decided to show them in black and white. This is the same black and white image that you would get basically when you are scanning at night, and it doesn't matter if you're scanning color during the day or black and white during the day. You're gonna have the same kind of accuracy, but there is an option for us to enable color on the cameras as well. Some of the other options up here, the menu options here. If you didn't want to hear any of the sounds or the alerts, you could click this mute or unmute button, and that will silence all scanning sounds on the software. There's an option here for hide also. If you need to be a little bit more stealthy and black out everything, you can click hide and it will actually black out the screen completely. Everything is still scanning in the background. Any alerts that you get would pop up and notify you, but while you're scanning, everything is going to be completely hidden in a black screen. The way you exit that is just hit the escape key on your system, and you'll come right back to your live view. Under settings, some of these are going to be administrative level settings. You'll be able to change your sound settings for what sound you want to have as far as your scanning sound, and a few other options as well. You can go back and look at your history at any time. You can scroll through it, however you'd like to do it, to review any kind of things. And then whenever you're all done scanning, you'll exit out of the software, clicking the blue button up here, and just confirm that you want to exit. And then again, like I said, you'll run that hot list after you're done scanning as well, and that will upload all of your plate information to TheRepoSystems under your profile so that you retain that history. And you'll also download the latest copy of the hot list, your stuff, as well as the national stuff as well. As far as for the system itself, we do also recommend a RAM mount system for your vehicle, just to give your laptop or tablet system the best stability in your vehicle. We also recommend that you use a sine wave power inverter to power anything that requires AC power. The toolbox itself that you'll receive is powered through a cigarette lighter through 12 volts. We do have an option for a hardwire kit for that if you would like. And you can ask us about that whenever you're inquiring about a system. As far as the cameras, everything should be powered directly from the toolbox, so all you'll need is that 12 volt system, or that 12 volt cigarette lighter plug to be plugged in. Other than that, make sure that your GPS antenna is plugged in. It is magnetic, so if you'd like, you can sit it on the outside of the vehicle or up in your windshield, somewhere where it has a clear view of the sky so you can get the most accuracy. If you guys have any other questions, let me take a look here at the chat. Jim asked if there's a far camera and a near camera. Yes, we do have several different lens sizes available for the cameras, so that you can set them up. If you do a 4-camera system, you can set up two close cameras and 2 far cameras so that you can get a better scanning depth range. We have several different lens sizes as well. Also have a question about, or we have it's something else. Whenever you do get an alert, something I forgot to mention, whenever you get an alert on this screen here, it'll actually provide you a link in here to check that directly in TheRepoSystems. So if you do happen to have a hotspot that you're running, which is not a bad idea, we just recommend that you use the Hotlist app over a better Wi-Fi than a hotspot. And we don't recommend using your cell phone as a hotspot, but that'll provide you a link here, and if you do have a hotspot and you're connected to the internet, then once you open that, it'll actually open up a browser window directly on the LPR system itself, where you can check that link and verify whether or not that hit was yours or whoever it was. So that's another feature that'll be in this alert page. If you guys have any other questions, we'd be more than happy to help you out. You can give us a call anytime at 866-906-0573. You can also contact us at sales@reposystems.com, or you can also visit our website at reposystems.com and click on the link there for information. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Hope it was informative. If you have any other questions, we'll stay here on the chat for just another minute or two, and feel free to ask any questions. We'd be happy to answer them.